Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today just to bring you another message, so I hope it lands well. For all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along this ride. I'd also just like to say that it's general, so take what you feel resonates for you. Disregard the rest, so go about your day if it's not yours, and know that no matter what messages come through in this world, it's still up to us, right? Our active free will, the choices we make, and the steps we take in our worlds, and how we get what our fulfillment is going to be. So use that power wisely, my friends, because it is at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet. I'm going to take a moment as well just to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, as well as any of your spirit guides or mine that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I'm going to ask them to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the highest good of all of us, but the most far-reaching. So we have the Tower. Now I'm having it in reverse, and you have the Three of Wands. What they just said is, I'm being drawn to this, is for some of you, you may feel like there's been some sort of impending doom, and I'm not quite sure what what that's meant to be about right now. It just says like I just heard like there's an impending doom. So if some of you feel like that, what I heard is it may be time really to shut down a little bit, not shut down, but shut off what you don't need to do right now. So you need to get back to a state where you're comfortable, and honestly, they're coming in with mental health right now. If we're feeling just in a constant state of doom, or we're not able to see anything other than doom at this point, this is where it may be really important as well to reach out to a mental health professional, to reach out and tell your friends and family. And I'm sorry this is coming up, but discernment, and I'm going to use my discernment right now, is trigger warning for any of you, but if you are ever feeling again like you are not wanting to be here on this earth anymore, or wanting to unalive yourself or something like this as well, please don't. Things, I feel like we can get really, really overwhelmed in small times and small periods. But these things, they're temporary and they shall pass. And I think that a lot of people, some of us get really afraid for kind of the mental health help when we need it because of ways we've been treated in the past, or how so much of mental health issues was demonized. In also, I heard as well, like for addictions and things like this, not everybody's wanting to say what's happened, and it could be really hard. And it could even be like, if you have to go to your therapist, right? You're feeling this impending doom because you know that you're going to have to open up about some things, and it's going to hurt. But ultimately, once we kind of move past these barriers and heal them, they don't have the same power. Those situations don't have the same doom. So I just wanted to say this, and in terms of my discernment, I wanted to say as well, for anyone watching that has not felt like that, pay attention to your friends, and what I heard is bring the kindness and be supportive wherever you go, because we don't know on a day-to-day basis who is struggling. I've known people in my world that looked and appeared to be the happiest, make everybody laugh, put a smile on everyone's face. To tell me Robin Williams, right? Who would have known that man was so depressed that felt like an option, the only option? And I just want to say, reach out. It's going to be important just not to wait, and it's until it's too late as well. As well as, what I heard is, if you are paying attention, don't disregard the warning signs, okay? So that's just for someone that may not be everything, but we have the magician here. I strongly feel like it's important to make waves where we need to, and to make changes where we need to, and to lend a helping hand when we need to as well. And it is, what I heard is really going to be important to remember how you treat people in this world is how you're going to be remembered. But many of you were put in this world to help people, to make sure that you're lifting people's spirits. I always say it's kind of because maybe I like to flirt with people, but if you see someone like going through the drive-through and you like the color of their hair, tell them, look at the smile on their faces. If you are walking down the street and you think someone's outfit looks very nice, or someone, but there is so much magic, I want to say, in that, and just how we can raise vibration walking around, and many of us are here for that reason. On an energetic level, our essence is meant to kind of mingle, and it's because we're the bearers of light, the warriors of light, that are meant to help spread this. And this light is something that is not necessarily tangible. It's just something that we are supposed to emanate. So you could get really called to go certain places, and Spirit saying, but you need to follow that call. They have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, we may dig the heels back because we don't want to make change, and we're feeling called to go do something, but we're not quite sure if this mission is what we want to be on for the long haul, or if I heard as well, like, you see here, it's like kind of running out of gas or running out of steam. For a lot of you as well, depending on, where you are in your spiritual journey and how long you've been on it, this is a lifetime thing. This is something that we're going to grow and evolve every day, and then it's going to even be in simple little things as the choices and the changes that we're making. What are we choosing to look at? And I can tell you as well, if you've ever went through, issues with mental health, being able to come through on the other side of a very depressive episode, or of those moments of panic attacks or something like this, depending on what it is for you, there's no small feat, or that's no small feat, my friends. And give yourself a pat on the back if you've had to do that, because that requires a strength that so many people don't know about, and it's such a quiet struggle as well. I'm going to give you an example. Like, I had a meltdown, right? An overstimulating event, and it just, there's that moment as well where I was like, in that moment, I feel horrible about it afterwards, because it was just, everything was very, very overstimulated, and I couldn't make my decisions, right? And now I'm looking at it like, oh, I'm upset with myself. And here's where this is, you gotta get that out and go, no, you need to learn from what happened. What was it that overstimulated us? What was it that was happening around at the time? And try and kind of alleviate that in the future. And what can I do to communicate my needs and things like that more as well, right? So I just wanted to share that with you too, that things like this happen. And as well as, especially if you do have things like ADHD or, neurodivergencies, it how the rest of the world sometimes functions, or what you feel is expected of you, is kind of different sometimes than maybe you're able to put out there. And there's also like just the intricacies of all of us and our thinkings, okay? So that's all I want to say about that, but there really is an importance on making sure that you really are the bearer of light, and that if you are feeling, again, like there's impending doom, we need to actively do things to switch our vibrations. Relaxation. Today I went out to the water, stood on the dock, and heard all of the birds, and closed my eyes and just felt the water taking me, and listening to those birds, listening to the water of the waves. It was amazing. And I feel like that's what's being asked of you, is not just to listen to the water, but to really connect to it, to, in that moment, become one with that situation, whatever it is that's going to bring you relaxation. There is an importance here to your eyes closed as well, because this is also for any of you who resonated like with like any kind of hypervigilance you've had as well, which could definitely come in lots of different forms here, right? Because I'm also hearing like there could be depression. It could also be things like PTSD, even complex PTSD, things that are we don't have control of all the time when we're going to experience a flashback as well. So when things do happen, if you're feeling your nervous system all kinds of weird, it's like, do something that's going to relax you, find your safe thing, have a bath, get outside, smoke a joint, make some tea, and listen to music if that's what you need to do. Do some deep breathing, spend some time in your garden. And again, I wanted to show you the lights here, because you are a powerhouse of light. You are a lighthouse. And many of you, I also just wanted to say, we have recognition, is that you may find that you have a lot of, I want to say, psychic attack, or there's heavy energy projected to you. This is really important, my friends, to just visualize cutting ties that with any energy that's not authentic to you and that is not of love and light, and just shielding yourself and asking that. For some of you, if it's serious attack, like, visualize you are a mirror and that's just going back. For others of you, it is just really, really clearing out the energy that's in your energy field and being very conscious and aware of this is not allowed back in. For some of you, depending on the situation as well, what I'm hearing is this may really require you to do it a few times and to remain vigilant in this, just depending on, again, depending on what I heard is depending on what the kind of warfare it is, who it is. Because, for example, if you piss somebody off one day and you feel an energetic jab, that's something that, clear it out, it's gone. But if somebody has a lot of hatred to us or an obsessive quality and they're thinking about this constantly and you're getting jab after jab after jab, it's building up. Potentially you don't know because you cleaned it out here, but if 5 other jabs have come in between then, right, we want to clear that out. So for some of you, this is what I heard is also important to just come with, God fights my battles and God protects me, and that nothing can, I'm trying to remember the words, oh my gosh. No weapon formed against me in spirit or physical shall prosper, right? This is just all it is there's no weapon shall prosper. That's all you really need to do, okay? So I think it's really important you recognize your importance of light, to recognize as well that throughout history, all of us that are meant to be change makers and that are meant to bring new vibrations, we have been met with, I heard, animosity. For some of you, it's fear. It's definitely resistance, and it's that negativity, the night and the dark. There's always this clash, but what I heard is this wants to bring this into the yin, the yang, and to find the balance within, because this is going to make everything outward so much better. This is what I have for you. I really hope that if it resonated at the beginning, that you're feeling better. Again, if you're not, I think that it is so important to just make sure that you speak up and you tell someone, okay? You tell someone that you know isn't going to ridicule for you. And if that's a place where you feel like you don't want to confide in someone that you know, there are hotlines. Search it up in your country. I wish I knew it, and I really should learn it, because if you know it, please put it down in my comments. But what I heard as well is, and I just want to be open about this as well, is if somebody does come to you, listen to them. Don't belittle their feelings. Listen to how they're feeling, because imagine being that tortured that when you come to finally say this is what's going on, someone kind of belittles you more for feeling that way, right? I love you all. Big hugs. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Love and light, and give yourself permission to just be free, to just relax and to just be and just enjoy everything that is on this wreath. I said wreath. My grandmother's words come to my mind, and enjoy everything that is on this God's green earth, my friends, because it truly is a blessing and a joy here.